How's it going, everybody? I'm Justin,
I'm Jody.
and we are Board Game Perspective, and today we are taking a look at Hadara, sent to us by Z-Man Games. This game plays somewhere between 2 and 5 players, and anywhere between 45 and 60 minutes. Now, this is a card drafting set collection game in which you're trying to accomplish a few different things, such as growing your agriculture, building your population, and building up your military, so that you can go from being a small settlement up to a high culture. So let's go ahead and take a look at this game, and then we'll come back up with our thoughts.
So a brief overview of the setup. You're going to piece together the main board, and then you're going to grab the Epoch 1 level cards, and depending on your player count will determine how many you use. So 2 per player, so got this set up for a 3-player game, so 6 in each pile. Then you got coins, 10 value markers. Each player starts with the board and some of these little extra components, and then starting card, which gives you a certain amount of coins to start with, and this shows you where you place all your markers to start. So yellow 3, so I put my marker there. This will determine player order, and then player A, some tiles, and some other things. So this game is played in 3 epochs, and each epoch has phase A and phase B. And everyone has this nice player aid to help you remember what the steps are. So there's multiple steps in phase A and B, some of them of which are identical, but there are some additional ones depending on which phase you're in. So the first step in phase A is to determine the first player and set the wheel. The first player will set the wheel to where there's icons pointing to each card, and each icon corresponds with the player boards. So if you see, you got this beetle here. So you can choose, if you're the first player, which deck you want to choose from first. So the beetle here will say they want to start with red. At this point, every player is going to draw 2 cards from the pile in which their icon is pointing to. So the beetle's pointing to the red, so we'll draw 2, and everybody else will draw the corresponding cards as well. So each player simultaneously decides what to do with their 2 cards. So first, you have to discard one, so you can just choose which one you don't want, and you put it in the discard section on the board. And then with this other card, you can choose to either buy the card or sell the card. If you want to buy it, then the cost is down here in the lower left-hand corner, costs 3 coins, and then on the back side shows you how many coins you will get if you sell it. So let's say we decided to buy this card. You're going to place it in the corresponding section of your board. Cost is 3 coins, so you turn that into the supply, and then you move up your red marker by 2. Now it's important to note that the cost to buy a card is reduced by 1 for each card of that color you already have. So for instance, we have 1 red here. So the cost for this other red card we might want to get would only be 1 coin because we already have 1 out there. After everyone has made a decision on their 2 cards, then this will get rotated, and now you will choose 2 cards from the next deck. And everyone will keep doing this until all of the cards are gone. So after there are no cards in the deck, then you're going to do these 3 things in order. So income, take a colony, and carve 1 statue. Everyone looks and sees where their yellow marker is at, and that's how much money you will produce. So to start here, we're at 3, so this person will get 3 coins. Now, as you progress in the game, you will be going past 10 and lapping over here. And every time you do that, you will add this 10 markers. So now this will be 11, 12, and so on. Next, you have the option to take 1 colony, and then you can, with the colony, you can choose to plunder or integrate. Now, in order to pick one of these, though, you have to have achieved this level on the red track. So, for instance, let's just say this is the first round here. So we are small and we are only at 4 on the red track. So we can complete one of these if we want, because we had to have 3 or more. So if you want to plunder it, then you will leave this face up like this. You will take the coins listed over here, so +3 coins. If you want to integrate it, then you will actually pay 1 coin, flip this over, and then take whatever shows you here. So we'll increase both of these tracks by 1. And this symbol is victory points as well. Next, everyone has the option of carving 1 statue, and similar to the colony situation, in order to do this, you have to have achieved this level in the blue track. So, for instance, right here, we have passed 6, so we can do this one. However, we would not be able to do either of these. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these tokens over here, and let's just say I want to choose the yellow. You can choose to either put this color side up or victory point side up in this box here. If you did victory points, you will get points at the end of the game for this, in addition to this 4 here. Or if you put it in the color side, you will increase that track by that amount. So we've gone through all of these steps here. That's phase A. Now we jump into phase B, and we're going to be drafting some cards here, and then we're going to be doing some similar things as phase A. But let's go over this for now. So now everyone's going to take turns choosing 1 card from all these discard piles. Now, the wheel doesn't matter in this phase, so you can pick the top card from any of these options. So whichever one you choose, you then decide to buy this card or sell it. And players will take turns doing that until all of these cards are gone. After that, then you're going to do the same process as in phase A. You're going to do income, take 1 colony, carve 1 statue, and then we have this new part here of feeding your people. To feed your people, you have to have 1 food per card you have bought. So we have 4 out here, and our food is on 6, so we have that covered. Now, if you, let's say we were at 3 instead, then you have to discard cards down to the 3 mark. So let's just say I'll discard this one. So now we have 3 cards, and we can pay that with our 3 food. However, whenever you have to do that, you will also lose the points on the track that you're on. So I will lose 2 red on this track. And after feeding your people, you then have the option of buying silver and gold medals. And these are up to 2 of each medal per phase. And according to the phase, that is the cost for silver and gold medals. So if you buy a gold medal, you will get 7 points at the end of the game per set of each color cards, and you'll put the medal up there. And if you buy a silver medal, you get to choose one of your color markers. Let's just say I want to choose green. You'll put that in there, and at the end of the game, you'll score points equal to half of the value that the track is on. After everyone has done that, then you move on to the next epoch, and there's a total of 3 epochs. To set up the next epoch, you will choose the level 2 cards, and the box comes with a nice little divider where you can have all the different levels. So you'll grab the level 2 cards of each color and choose the right amount for your player count, and you will place them in each of the corresponding spots. After the 3rd epoch is over, then everyone will score their points. So you'll get points for the different colonies that you've done, statues, the silver and gold medals, the value or victory point value on your cards, and then you'll get 1 point for every 5 coins you have left over.
Alright guys, so that was Hadara, and let me tell you right now, I am a big fan of this game. It gives me those vibes with like the card drafting and the set collection. It's like a combination of Seven Wonders and Splendor to me. And Seven Wonders is one of my favorite games of all time. And Splendor is one that I have a lot of sentimental kind of attachment to because we've played it so many times and I really, really like it. So to me, this reminds me of those 2 games, and when you smash those together, this becomes a really, goes high up on my list, I'll just say that.
Yeah, this is definitely up your alley because of those things. I mean, the drafting, and then, with kind of like Splendor, you can reduce the cost of cards depending on how many of that particular card you have already bought. So yeah, I can definitely see those 2 mashing together, and I can see why you like this game.
And I think there's just the right amount of things for me to keep track of that I don't get overwhelmed, and it's...
Well, I also am the one that like says All right, this is what we're doing now. So you just follow.
It's true.
Follow.
I just listen to her.
You just follow what I tell you to do.
I just listen to her, and then we're all good.
Yeah, that's maybe my only potential like thing I can think of that people might have issues with is, I mean, there's a nice player aid which summarizes like what all you have to do in each epoch and the different phases, but there are a lot of steps. So I mean, if you don't like following a lot of steps, but I mean, this really is a good aid. So you just move on to the next thing. But I mean, that wasn't a problem for you because I don't mind. I like steps, so I just would kind of lead the whole session and just okay, now we do income. All right, now you can do colonies. Now you can carve statues. So I mean, yeah, there's different steps between each one, but yeah, it's not a big deal.
I didn't think so because I didn't do anything.
Yeah, but I mean, and I gotta say, it's so gorgeous to look at. Everything is just vibrant colors, and I enjoy the components. I just really like this game a lot. It's really, really pretty. I mean, and we are definitely drawn to pretty games, good components, and you got the little spinny wheel.
Yeah, I do. So I'm a big fan of this game. Definitely for the aesthetic, but also for the gameplay. Huge fan.
Yeah. And there's a handful of ways to score points too. I like games where there's a lot of different options to score points, and that definitely has it in this game.
For sure.
So that wraps up our thoughts on this game. Overall, pretty positive. We like this one. Definitely check this out if you have not heard of it yet. So if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.
See ya.